Hello everyone. I am here to do some experimenting today. So I have been working on, I've got a nautical steampunk goal in mind, and I've posted some pictures of some of the things I've been playing with so far. I've got some gears, some nautical pieces, some keys that I've used the patinas for. They're more patina green than they are rusty, but I think that kind of gives it a nice nautical feel. And I have some die cut compass roses. This one I have covered in Inca gold and then patinas, and then these I've got two that are book page and gessoed, and then I've got two here that are just cardstock. I have some locks, and this one I was working on patinaing this morning. It's okay. I'm not thrilled with it. It looks like it's painted more than patinaed. But now I want to come up with some rust effects, and I've watched some videos, and I went online to try to order the paints that they used. They used Deco Arts liquid media or something, and I went on Blick and I couldn't find it, or they had it, but you know, the colors I needed were out of stock, and Amazon was out of stock. So I went to Michael's and they didn't have it. So I just resorted to buying a whole bunch of Liquitex acrylic paints. I've got a whole bunch of colors, including some a coppery one. I've got a bronze one. I've got, I'm pulling it directly out of the bag. I have not opened these yet. Red oxide, because that kind of looked rusty to me. And then a turquoise. And then I've also not put away my Rusty Hinge Distress Spray Stain, because that's the perfect color. If only that if only I had that in other things, but I don't. So my goal is to try and create some good rust effects on paper. I don't have enough room. So the other thing I've done is I have mixed up some golden, they call it molding paste. It's got to be the same thing as modeling paste, because it says that it's semi-opaque, multi-purpose for building texture, retains tool marks and peaks. So that's what I've got there. And then I've put it into here, and I've mixed in a little bit of craft sand that I got at Michael's in the build your school model project aisle. And I've mixed in some sand. So I've got this one. And then in here, I've taken some of that and put it in here and added Payne's Gray. Because I figure it's a whole lot easier to add highlights than it is to add shadow. So that's my theory there. And then these tags. So this is, I've just used my little Recollections tag punch on some manila file folder. So those are the plain ones. Then I have some that are covered in tinted gesso, and it's tinted with the vintage photo re-inker. And then I have some plain white gesso. And then these are the same cards. So plain white gesso, and I have indicated it on the back. White gesso, these are the plain, and I really already like these because of the texture you get from the plain oak tag. And then this is the tinted gesso, and it's a very subtle difference between the white and the tinted. So I want to create some rust effects on paper. And probably on some other things as well. So I watched a video, and there was a guy who was using these really translucent Deco Arts liquid media paints and created some gorgeous things. And I want to try that. And I think if I use some of these acrylic paints and keep them really liquid. Like water them down quite a bit. I might be able to get similar effects. And I also watched a woman who was some kind of mixed media artist. I'll try and find them in my history and link them. And they were both making really quite amazing pieces that looked so super easy. So wait, this was the red oxide. That is the yellow oxide. I've got the turquoise blue. Then I've got these that I have not put in there and I'm running out of spots. I've got bronze, I've got copper, and I've got burnt sienna. Oh wait, that was the red oxide. I'll skip the burnt sienna because I think the red oxide is better. And then in here I'll add the copper and the bronze. Ooh, I like that bronze. And then I'm going to use my trusty handy dandy squirter. And I'm going to, oh, I should be using a palette knife probably for this, huh? That's okay. We use what we have. I'm curious. Ooh, that bronze is nice. So in the video that I watched, the gentleman used the yellow and the blue and then went over them with the rust colored. It was some like quinonile gold. Like, I don't know. I'd never heard of that before, but what do I know? I'm not an artist or an art major. I'm a science major. So, but it was a gorgeous color. And I found it at the Blick Arts website, but out of stock, not in stock till like March. I'm like, I can't wait until March. I want to do this now. So he put on the layers. He put down the layer of Payne's Gray. And then he put down some other colors, let them dry, and then went over it with his rust color. And it just made such a gorgeous kind of very oxidized steel look. Loved it. So we're going to see what we can do. See how close we can get. All right. So I want to try and be kind of systematic. I've already made a mess, haven't I? I want to be kind of systematic. And do one of a treatment to, this is the scientist in me, a different treatment to, so now each row, I wonder if you can see this, has one of each, and we're gonna treat them the same. So we'll do something a little bit different per row. So this one will get some texture rust. And we'll get texture rust on each kind of the base coats. And then we'll do maybe something a little bit different. Maybe I'll use the white texture coat on one of the rows. and we'll treat them. I'm sorry, I'm pulling it right underneath my nose so that I can see, but you obviously must not have been able to. Okay, I need a wipe. I have a huge supply of wipes under my desk. Okay, and then let's take some of the uncolored, untinted texture stuff, and we'll do, I really need a bigger desk. Some, and just see how we like. So this is because it doesn't have any added paint. Is actually a little bit thicker. The paint diluted it just a little bit. Oh, but you know what? It does have some nice peaks. See? They were not lying when they said it has peaks. Okay. All right. And then this last one, I wonder if we should use some texture paste, some straight texture paste that has no sand in it. I also got myself some matte medium for later. So this is the molding paste. And look how, like, don't you just want to, just so inviting how, like, ooh, creamy it is. Okay. So we'll see just the plain texture paste, or I don't know, modeling paste. I'm not sure what it's actually, molding paste they called it. Like, I could totally see using this with a stencil. It has that really nice thick, it's like Greek yogurt. Okay. Excuse my reach. Don't have a lot of choice about that. Small area in which to work. Okay, let's see. So we should probably let that dry. I really hate trying to stitch videos together. So I suggest, if you're watching this on your phone, double tap on the right side to fast forward. And if you're watching this on a computer, slide that slider forward while I... What?
Contractor bags.
Do we?
Yeah.
If we do, they would be under the sink in the kitchen.
I only saw the large bags. I have a lot of trash.
In your room?
Yeah.
You're cleaning a room?
Yeah.
Oh, what a good boy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, most of the clothes in that pile weren't even mine, so...
Well, then put them in the wash and we'll figure... Good boy. Thank you. I walked into his room him the other day and like it smelled so bad. I'm so happy he's cleaning it. That was Sam. He's 17. He's a junior in high school. All right, so not entirely dry. Interesting. You can kind of like mold it some more in its semi-dry state. Very interesting stuff. Okay, so we're going to keep, that looks like a, there we go. Apparently it's going to take a while to dry. Well, that's a bummer. I didn't anticipate that. Right, I'm going to be impatient. I'm going to forge ahead. Okay, so so one of the things they did was they put down some surprisingly yellow stuff very lightly. So I'm going to take, what did I say this? This is yellow oxide. Jaune oxide and oxido amarillo are the two other names on there. Excuse my accent. Okay, so I'm going to give this a little bit. Wow, even that I would love for it to be a little paler. So now I'm just treating them all very similarly, I suppose. Maybe it's getting lighter and lighter. That's what the difference is. It's getting lighter and lighter as we go down. That's good. It's almost, I'm trying to, oh, look how it beads up on the gesso. I may actually prefer using the plain than the gessoed because it beads up so much on the gessoed page. Okay, well, that's interesting. So let's add a little bit of the turquoise. Excuse me. So how is everybody? I know it's been a really long time since I've made a video. I apologize. I've been meaning to, but I've been spending a lot of time thinking about doing these things and figuring out how I want to proceed. And I have to say, I am not that brave when it comes to doing videos that are purely experimental. So today, this represents me being brave. Okay. Ah, I'm clumsy. So I was just thinking, I also got some of these, look how fun that brush is. It's a stencil brush. And I was thinking it would probably be better to, instead of having these have like straight lines and swipe marks, if it was more like right there. I don't want such a strong, yeah, I'm finding this gessoed one really pretty annoying because the paint is just beading up off of it, which I suppose there might be times where you want that to happen, but I don't really want that to happen. I want it to look like, you know, in nature, when things oxidize, it's kind of an organic, random process, and it beading up like that makes it seem a little bit too less random. Okay. Let's try a little copper or bronze. Did I? Ooh, I've got dog hair already. Oh dear, that's my dog. I think I got some Payne's gray in my copper, in my bronze. He's actually been out. He just gets bored in the morning and wants to go outside. It's not that he has to go to the bathroom or anything, because he's been to the bathroom and he's had breakfast and then he's been to the bathroom again. He's just a pest. And because he's a hound dog, he makes his desires known. All right, a little bit of bronze up from there. Maybe I'll do a little bit more than that. Yeah. And then I'll do some that's fun. I like this bronze color. Oh dear me. I'm gonna have to go, and then I'm gonna have to stitch my videos together. Maybe if I ignore him, he'll go lie down. Okay. Yeah, I'm really liking the way the paints are working on the non-gessoed surface, I have to tell you. And then I have to decide what I'm going to do about that. That actually looks kind of cool. I got some of the turquoise onto the modeling paste there. And I'm liking how that looks. Okay, last layer. Got string everywhere. Hi, Edward. I hear you, but you've been out. Why don't you go lie down, buddy? Hi. Yes, hi. Are you being ignored? I'm sorry, my love. Go lie down, buddy. Go lie down. He is a rescued hunting dog from down south, and he's very sweet. I saw a meme the other day that said rescued dogs should be pampered and spoiled so they never remember when they weren't loved. And that's kind of our philosophy. Oops, that was dipped in the wrong one. Too thick. You know what? I'm going to go over, see if how this is still kind of squishy. Go over that in some bronze before I coat it in the So do you guys have predictions? Which one do you think is going to look best when I finally coat it in my rust color of choice? I think I'm going to do some spray stain with the rusty hinge, and then some of the red oxide. Okay, I'm going to give that a dry so you can fast forward again. Wow. So that's interesting. I'm really interested in how coppery these guys look with the sandy texture paste. Look at that. I'm really liking the texture on that. That's the one that has sand. Oh, I didn't write that down the back. Sandy texture paste, and that's that copper acrylic. And then look at this one. This one's kind of interesting too. And it's kind of, I like the veiny way that it came out there. Some bubbles. I'm just popping some bubbles. I don't really want bubbles. Bubbles. Okay. All right. So now we're going to try and coat some with the Stress Stain. Okay. And then some with the, so I'm going to move some of these aside, and I'm going to take this one and do some distress staining on it. I'm giving it a good shake. It's stain, not oxide. And this is Rusty Hinge. And then I'm going to do this one in the oxide too. I'm sorry, I'm doing it off screen. And I'll do one of these in Rusty Hinge. Ooh, so pretty. I'm gonna get it really onto that. So this was a plain one. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about the gesso. Maybe it's because I'm so inexpert at working with gessoed things. All right, let's try painting some. I have a paper towel here. Oh, sticky, sticky, icky, sticky. All right, so this, I think I want some more water in there. It's still very thick. So my plan is to just go over the top. Oops, I just spilled some of my cards in my lap. It's all right. Still very thick. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, now I've lost track of what's what. Oh, good thing I labeled stuff. Okay, so this is this. This goes here. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, Jessica, get a grip. Here we go. Painting this one. I'm worried it's still too... Oh no, that's okay, I think. Eddie's come back in and he's staring at the back of my head. Okay, here we go. I want it super thin so that the layers underneath inform the ones on top. I wonder if I should maybe use watercolor. Or if watercolor would even work on these surfaces at this point. I don't know, what do you think so far? I'm still not loving the gesso. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat this process with the tags that didn't have the Payne's gray, and we'll see what we think. That rusty hinge is pretty good. Yeah, I'm not loving those. Where's my... The rusty hinge might be the best coverage. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a spread before it's completely dry. I think because it's so translucent, that's the key, is that when it's translucent, it's going to allow the colors beneath it to show through. Although these ones that have not been gessoed at all are really... Oh, this is the non-gessoed ones with the spray stain. That might be the winner right there. So this was plain paper. So it had no gesso. It had all the colors layered underneath. It has the non-sandy texture paste. And then the spray stain. Although I don't have... I should probably try a plain one with the sandy texture paste, the colors, and the ink on top, because I don't have that combination. All right, well, I'm going to end that there. I will post some things on Instagram under Oceanodroma Journals. I'll leave the link, and you can see the end product. I hope you stuck with me and you enjoyed that, and that you can use this for your own projects. Please hit like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day and stay safe. Bye-bye.